Well, Dave Jones, we're back. Will you stop that? And coming out to the ring right now is the one half of the tag team champions and one only of the Ego Pro out of Athens, Tennessee, heavyweight champion, the blandest wrestler I know, the Hollywood Kid, and of course with his life partner and professional belt carrier, Ricky Valentine.
They like this yin-yang thing. They kind of seem to resemble that when they're together there.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Dave, we're sitting up here with a bunch of fans. It's one of the first times we get to sit in the middle of everything. I was explaining to these fans the good guys and the bad guys.
Absolutely.
These are definitely the bad guys.
We are hip deep. We're in amongst them. We're in the trenches. And the Hollywood Kid is about to be the victim of a hate crime. Because I know his opponent very, very well, to the tune of 176 one-on-one contests.
Wow.
And the Hollywood Kid is, as they say on that television show on Mondays, the Hollywood Kid is about to get got.
He should get got. This guy is tremendous here. Let's hope this thing's like a 30-minute time limit because, man, it could easily go past that.
Yeah, just had to check with the cameraman. Here he comes! From the south side of Tokyo, the Blackanese assassin, Menace. And a great competitor, great high flyer, great submission wrestler. Like I said, I met Menace in 1995. I've wrestled him at least 176 times, Dave Jones, since 1995. He is my all-time favorite opponent. He's my all-time favorite personal rival, my professional rival. Wrestling Menace is something where you get better each and every time. But it's one of the most painful experiences I've ever had in my life.
I can absolutely concur to that. I've not been in the ring with him, but I've seen at least 176 of his matches, and he is high flying. And folks, if you haven't seen this guy, you're in for a treat.
He's out wearing the black and orange for maybe Halloween, maybe UT. I'm not sure.
Probably both.
Match number 5 on the card tonight. He'll stand back. Come on in the ring.
And now we've got a slightly less useful referee out here in old CNI Malenko.
Where's Miss Denny when you need her? We need her back.
15-minute time limit. There's no way. And somebody might wonder, how did the Hollywood Kid get one half of the tag titles and the world title? Well, I'll tell you how. Right. He is as far up Barry Allen's rear end as Tony Gibbons is up Bo James sometimes.
Oh, my God.
That's exactly how that happened.
This is Menace!
Wow. And Menace is about to perpetrate a hate crime on the Hollywood Kid and maybe Ricky Valentine if we're lucky. And
Mr. James Malenko is a non-title match.
Oh, and you announce the referee, he's useless.
Non-title.
Of course, a non-title match. Hollywood Kid can't defend that belt without express written consent from Barry Allen, and most of the time he defends that in Athens, if at all. But and before we begin here, Dave Jones, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this is October 1st, and oh wait, hang on just a second, because the Menace shall speak.
Promo. How about this?
Yo, how's everybody doing tonight?
Yo.
I'm talking about. Now let me get this straight. It's a non-title match. Is that because you shared them with a between both rings? Take that.
I think that's absolutely true.
I believe so.
What it is.
Well, the problem is that belt is actually the physical property of Barry Allen. He doesn't want anybody to carry it home with him.
In Athens, Tennessee, I believe it's November the 12th, if I'm correct. How about this? When I beat you tonight, and that's going to happen, when I beat you tonight, how about November 12th? If I beat you tonight, you put that belt on against me. What do you say?
Is he doing an Athens promo here for us?
So the Hollywood Bland is basically calling Menace the Kapow heavyweight champion.
That's true.
That promotion has been resurrected more times than oh goodness, Liz Taylor. Kapow's been around longer and had more ups and downs than Liz Taylor's marriages.
Well, that's very true. We may see them again someday, but right now.
But basically what we just saw there was the Hollywood Bland committing to getting his butt kicked twice. Because as he said, if Menace was able to beat him tonight, which is probably going to happen, he's going to challenge him in a title match in Athens coming up. I won't be there because he actually won't let me in the door.
Hard to say if I'll be there or not, but
well, Dave Jones, getting you in the building costs money, and we know that's not going to happen.
Boy, I don't think I paid to get in a wrestling show since '96.
You know, I remember one time I wrestled for the Dugars up at All Pro in Morristown. He actually wanted me to pay $7 and then wrestle.
Wow.
And, of course, there was another time where I wrestled for him, waited for my payoff until 3 o'clock in the morning, was a princely sum of $4. and you know, his son, Mike, is running the Stars of Wrestling in Bristol. And let me just say that the apple falls no farther from the tree.
Well, Dave, part of your problem is wrestling on commission there. That
Absolutely. But great back and forth here, exchanging a couple of arm drags, some hip tosses, and a side headlock takeover. And Hollywood Kid found himself in a leg scissors, and the Menace got some incredibly long and powerful legs. And one of the best mat wrestlers to be known as a high flyer most of his career is a great mat wrestler.
And absolutely, and you know, high flying is the name of his game.
Of course, we saw a preview of this at the Rain Out at TXW at the Jerry Tipton CPA. Apparently, they wanted to have this match again, and
a lot of skating went on in that match.
A lot of skating went on.
Kind of like a roller derby.
Yeah, roller derby. The Menaces against the Mafia. But Hollywood Kid making best friends with this side headlock takeover, and probably the smartest thing to do, I would say, would be to ground Menace. But in recent years, the Menace has gotten a great ground game. You know, basically a ground and pound and a submission style wrestling.
Well, you know, you got to admit it. We've known him for a number of years, and he's grown and come a long way. He's a lot better than what we first saw. And he was great then.
I spent many a time wrestling Menace the High Flyer and going to a match thinking I'm going to wrestle Menace the High Flyer, and then I wind up getting myself stretched.
Absolutely.
See right here, he in and out of that headlock and now into an arm wringer. And Hollywood Bland, I like calling him Hollywood Bland. That just makes me laugh. He's vastly approaching the most overrated status of a wrestler. Honestly, a guy who's pretty much lucked his way into almost everything he's had. And you know, I think he's coming up into a real roadblock here with the Menace. And I just can't wait till Menace starts throwing those chops. I wish we could be a little bit closer for that.
Oh, yeah. The ring and the reverberation in here will be awesome.
Absolutely. Menace is the only guy that I know that can chop you in the chest and cause a bruise on your shoulder blade. Whoa.
Ricky tried to shoot him off, and he didn't go anywhere.
That's right. And Menace is just all over Hollywood Kid's case. Nice solid drop kick. And right there, we just had a lucha arm drag, we had an American arm drag, we had a Japanese arm drag, and they kicked him right in the mush. And the Hollywood Kid is in some serious trouble. And hugging Ricky Valentine is not going to help. You know, for these guys to consider themselves playboys and everything, I want to see them hanging out with each other. You know, they might want to throw a female into the mix or something like that. Anything.
I'll be taking the word playboy too literally. And
you're absolutely right. And
speaking of Hollywood, that kind of looked like a Hollywood effects movie there.
Absolutely, a little bit of the Matrix going on there. And not sure if Hollywood's going to get back in the ring or not. I think he's having second thoughts about agreeing to that second match if Menace were to win.
He's got more of this to look forward to probably on November 12th.
You're absolutely right.
Wow, look at that.
And, Menace, a quick double leg takedown, rolls through right to the headlock. And, just a great ground game. And I can't wait to see him take it to the sky. Of course, he's this TXW ring. It's one of my favorite rings to fall down in. And there's just something about it, the nice give and the bounce it has.
Like I said, there's a little bit of padding there.
Yeah, a little bit
of the blow, but not nearly enough.
If anybody's ever had carpet laid in their house, what we wrestle on is metal 2x4s and carpet padding. And we got a 2 count.
Wow. What a roll up and
Menace is all over Hollywood Kid's case. Now, I do want to say this is probably not the Hollywood Kid's fault, because just a week ago, the Hollywood Kid had the unenviable task of wrestling Barry Allen in a 30-minute time limit draw.
Holy cow.
Now, imagine strapping Grimace to your back and running around with him for a half hour. And Hollywood Kid probably still isn't able to absorb the amount of oxygen that he needs. Oh, nice kick. And a double stomp drop kick to the spine, to the tailbone. And Hollywood Kid is already in a lot of trouble.
Absolutely. He's not had any points in this match at all if you're scoring.
Absolutely. I don't think that Hollywood Kid knows what's hitting, because Menace is all over him. And he's breaking out some of the fun stuff. Now he's got him in a half straight jacket sleeper with his knee in his back, almost like a backbreaker version. Good submission hold. And the Hollywood Kid basically has nowhere to go.
He's just sitting there trying to endure it, maybe kick him in the head. That's the only thing he could do.
Good knee strike. Basically, I think Hollywood Kid's survival instinct has kicked in, and he's going to have to realize that he's got a fight on his hand. He's the pride and joy of Ego Pro, and there we go. Wow. And he's about to get his chest caved in.
Whoa. Man, that not only rung, but you can feel it.
You can feel that thud.
What?
Oh. And being outsmarted. And again, these young kids, these guys who just come into wrestling in the last 2 or 3 years, and they're in the ring with Menace, who actually he's got about a 6-month head start on my career. So, he too could be considered somewhat of a legend in this area.
That's right.
And, these guys, these smart aleck, these punks, and these fly-by-nights have no idea who they're fooling with.
That's right, and I think Hollywood Kid's coming to that conclusion. He's starting to get out of there, but Menace is going to come after him.
Wow, that was a good one. Ooh, and the Hollywood Kid posted him.
That'll slow Menace down.
At this point, when in doubt, let the ring post help you out. I think the Hollywood Kid's going to take it to the sky.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, he tripped and fell a little bit. I still got to say he might be winded from that 30-minute match he had with Barry Allen. I mean, that'll suck the life right out of you.
That's right. That is the first offense he's put up in this whole thing so far.
And the thing of it is like he tried the high risk, and he came up a little short. He slipped off the top rope. I mean, we all saw it. And I think he was lucky enough to have made contact with Menace. But I don't think it was enough to keep him down. As you can see, he's back up, throwing some back fist to the.
Oh, there again, a little sneakiness. He held it back. He's got a little bit left.
Absolutely. For some reason, they call that shot to the gut the kitchen sink, and I don't know why. And I got to tell you, man, I haven't sit on bleachers in about 17 years. This is killing me.
No back support.
I better have a recliner at
any
the next
kind of
event.
support. Yeah, maybe this wasn't a good idea. I thought we'd be cute up here
That's
with the kids.
Dave Jones, architect.
Well,
yeah, you're the architect, Dave Jones. There you go. The philosopher I don't think works, but you as an architect, you've created more memorable moments in professional wrestling than these guys deserve.
Yeah, a lot of filling in, and
a nice discus lariat there, and I think the Hollywood Kid is fighting on fumes, fighting on a survival instinct. The thing you have to realize as the Menace rolls him up for a quick 2 is that Menace doesn't get tired. He doesn't get what you call in the profession blown up. He's not going to be sucking wind by the time this match is over.
I agree. I don't think I've ever seen that. I've seen many of his opponents peter out, if you want to.
Ricky Valentine adds his 2 cents, but you're absolutely right. Menace has got the greatest cardio in the history of professional wrestling. I would say his cardio is on par with the Ric Flairs of the 1980s. The guy just doesn't stop. And the Hollywood Kid, as you can see, taking any shortcut humanly possible to win this match and get out of a second beating, which would actually be for the title.
Absolutely there. Ricky Valentine still trying to stay. Valentine, the Hollywood Kid, Ricky Valentine on the outside helping him. Hollywood Kid trying to stay in this thing.
And the thud of being shot by Menace. And Hollywood Kid going to a sleeper hole. You don't see that every day.
Not from him especially. And
good hold there. I mean, Menace might not get winded, but you can sure cut off the supply of oxygen to his brain. That's for sure. Which he's turned that into a chin lock. Old CNI needs to get in there and make sure that's not a choke. I know in most situations, the choke is legal because it's hip, but in TXW, I do still believe that it's an illegal move.
And he is missing the legs on the rope again.
Absolutely, just more leverage on that hold. Basically, what he's doing is forcing the muscles of the wrist and the forearm into the carotid arteries on either side of Menace's neck. He's basically shutting off the flow of blood to his brain. And what'll happen is, number 1, you'll start to act like CNI Malenko, and number 2, you'll pass out.
Absolutely, there.
We've got a legion of fans over here that are trying to will Menace back into this ring, back into this match. And you know as well as I do, little kids don't get tired either. No. They could do this for days. And more people are joining them. More and more people are heading to the hard camera side of the ring to will Menace back into this match.
And,
there's at least 50 people. There's at least 50 children over there. 50 of Eagleton Middle School's finest are trying to will Menace back into this match. Come on, Menace. Dave Jones, sit down. You're not going anywhere.
I want to be over there with them. Oh, man. A lot of fun. Do it while you're young.
You're absolutely right. And Menace's backdrop Hollywood Kid out of the ring.
Now the ball of kids over there is happy, and they scared that old man to death over there. You know what to expect. Look at that!
And Menace takes to the heavens and drops in unexpectedly on the House of Valentine.
Oh, now
these kids have done it. They've gotten him back into the ring. They've gotten him back into the match. Good job, you little boogers.
Oh, they're screaming at
Jerry Tipton going over. Jerry Tipton trying to keep some order.
Oh, my God. Oh,
come on, and Menace, this is the best opportunity that Menace has had since the opening moments of this match to press the advantage. Ricky Valentine is down, so he's a non-factor. Oh, wait, there he is. Menace kicks him off. Nice forearm shot there. Nice clothesline. Menace is gaining momentum.
He's getting ready to put the clothes on it, baby.
Oh, and a flapjack. Ricky Valentine is trying to tell these kids to be quiet. That's like telling Barry Allen to eat a salad. It's not going to happen. But the Menace is feeling it. You know, these guys, they live and die by the fan reactions, and if you're not here live, if you're watching this at home, if you missed this show, you have to come out and feel what's happening in this building right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, and a big Yakuza kick right to the grill. Hollywood Kid cannot get out of the blocks, and Menace has got him up.
Uh-oh. Oh, look at that.
He twisting RKO into a face breaker. And Ricky Valentine distracting CNI Malenko, probably told him there was a cracker laying in the ring.
Menace asking the crowd to get more into it. How's that possible?
As long as these kids don't stop, neither is Menace. And I think Hollywood Kid's about to get his brain kicked in.
Those guys better stay in the ring. The kids about mobbed him a minute ago.
Hollywood Kid trying to fight away. Menace ducked the clothesline. Hollywood Kid caught him with a super kick. And that move comes out of nowhere. Oh, and a 2 9/10. 2 9/10. And, you know, Dave Jones, I can barely hear myself think over these kids. You know, they're like 75, 100 strong. And they're basically in a nice step-up knee, which a lot of times is known as the Shining Wizard. And Menace barely able to roll that shoulder. I think these kids are doing a great job of keeping him in this. You know, I used to fight on the straight and narrow-minded path, and there's nothing better than having a legion of fans behind you and believing in what you do. You know, Hulk Hogan had it right, the training, the prayers, and the vitamins.
That's right.
And he's got millions of people still believing in him. And a Hollywood Kid got Menace up, but looked like he slipped out. Handspring elbow.
And this,
And Ricky Valentine gets the Philly of soul and heel. And a short super kick for his trouble. That may have been his best shot right there. May have been his best shot.
And he's going to have to do something, I tell you what.
Oh, and a flatliner into the Koji clutch. This is one of those submission holds that I told you about. It's basically a leg sleeper with a reverse chin lock locked in. We can't see it from our angle, but Hollywood Kid has absolutely nowhere to go.
Oh, and he's got a tap out.
Yes.
A tap out from the Hollywood Kid. And boy, I'm glad the way this turned out. Could you imagine this mob scene if Hollywood Kid won?
Man,
he cheated.
Feeling that. These kids have brought me into the ring. I felt it. And way to go, Menace. He choked him out. He choked out the Ego Pro Champion, which isn't saying much because the Ego Pro Champion chokes a lot. I'm just saying.
I'll tell you what, he just solidified himself as a long-time legend.
And there you go.
These kids are going to grow up and remember him forever.
He's holding the belt high. He's saying that to come to the next show, the next event, this one's mine.
Absolutely. I think all these kids will be there. It's going to be a great event for Athens and
absolutely. And the crowd. Jerry Tipton, Law, Order, and Justice. You know, I just want to say, Dave Jones, for like the really old school wrestling fans like myself, these kids coming up to the ring reminds me of the old world-class days with Kerry Von Erich and David Von Erich and Mike Von Erich. The fans would run right up to the ring for the autographs.
Oh, yeah.
Still, your Ego Pro Heavyweight Champion, the Hollywood Kid, Eddie Adams.
The Hollywood Kid can claim all he wants, but the fact of the matter is he got beat. He got choked out.
He did, and the 12th player or the third player or second player, whoever, the audience had a big part in this.
You better believe that. Menace definitely had a tag team partner tonight.
He was on the brink at one point, and they brought him back. They brought you and me back. Man, it was exciting. I'm glad they went over there instead of stopping us.
Oh my God, you better believe it. I've never been any more excited to be a Menace fan. This kind of thing. If you're missing this live, you're missing it, guys. I can't stress that enough. Got to come out to these shows. You got to come out and support TXW. Ricky Valentine can't get out of the ring. He's stuck. Oh God, he's gonna die now.
Oh, here we go. We're gonna hear it.
And And Ricky Valentine may have just saved his own life right there.
Tripping over people. Oh my God.
And I don't think Menace, Hollywood got the belt and he's out of the ring.
He's got that gauntlet of kids he's got to go through to get out of here.
Great job by Menace, as always. Always a great match, always a great experience. You guys got to get out here and see this. I'm telling you, you do not want to miss when Menace comes to your town.
Absolutely there. And he's calling for that belt the next time he sees Hollywood Kid. Man, Dave, this wasn't even the main event. We got more to come.
Well, you know, it started slow, but it ended great. It ended fabulous, and that's what we look for is the crowd interaction to make sure all these people have a good time and to make sure the right guy wins, just like Menace did.
Folks, stay tuned. A guy that you and I haven't seen in a long time, Shane Andrews, is going to be out, and it's going to be a fantastic night. Folks, stay tuned for Dave Pillman.